welcome back to the channel, Dragon's Lair. I'm Nexus, and I'm here, as I said last week, I would just look at the P365 from Sig Sauer. Probably one of the most well-known concealed carry guns out there today. May very well even knock the Glock off the throne. May have already. I don't know, as I've stated, I'm a bit of a 365 or Sig Sauer fanboy, so here we got first safety. They're both empty. Empty as well. So, the first one I got was the standard 365 here. And this is the first gun I got. Well, not the first gun. This was the first 365. And I was I was tired of my little P290, which if you've ever seen one. They shoot great. Past that, they're pretty problematic. They come apart in a very creative way that is a pain in the butt and not worth the effort to try. And their capacity with the standard mag was only like 6 rounds. With the extended mag that stuck way down, it was like 8 rounds. It was just ridiculous. But I did carry it for a few years. And I decided I wanted something new. And I'd seen a lot of reviews on the 365, so I decided to go check it out. And overall, I've actually been very impressed with this gun. As I talked about once before, this and the P320X10 were my first two new striker-fired pistols. I'd never had one before. The major thing about this one, just going off, is it's pretty damn tiny. I do not have large hands, and it's pretty tiny. This thing will fit just about anywhere you'd want to possibly conceal it. It's a 9mm. Standard one comes with 10 rounds. Mine is the Tac Pack version. So it came with these extended magazines, which are 12 rounds. So, and the Tac Pack came with 3 magazines and the pistol itself. These are very nice shooting guns, as I stated. They only have a 3.1-inch barrel, so you probably might not get your full distance and everything else, that, speed, velocity out of the 9mm. I tend to use the 365 ammo for it as well. And it fits very comfortably in the hand. I mean, it is a comfortable pistol for me. This extension is much needed because, I like to have my finger on it. And as a Tac Pack, it also came with a SIG holster for it, which you can wear in the waistband or out of the waistband. And overall, it's just a very, very elegant little pistol. Very nice shooting. Well, the biggest problem I ran into is, even though most things are very close when you're going to be when you're going to be in a defensive situation, the range isn't going to be that far, as what most people say. But when I got to the 30-foot range, I just was not very accurate with it. So I decided I wanted something a little longer. And that's when I went to the P365 X Macro. Now, being an X, which this one is not, this one, of course, has the flat-face trigger. This one's got the curved. There's a big difference in those two. And this one is a much bigger all-around gun. I mean, it's a 3.7-inch barrel, so lengthwise there's a difference. They're both optics capable. This one's got a slightly longer beaver tail. I already mentioned the flat face, and you'll probably notice the rail on the front, which I bounce back and forth on whether a gun this small you need a rail, but that's me. Now, the interesting thing about this little thing is 17 rounds. I mean, that's, for a gun this size, or as we did it before, It still almost fits in my hand except for the handle. And the other one stuck out too. So that's pretty amazing all the way around. It breaks down pretty much the same way as with the 320. You lock it back and you gotta pull your handle down and it pops off. And then when you're done, lock it back. When you put the slide back on, lock it back, flip the lever up. Sometimes it'll automatically flip up. It's about 50-50 whether it does. Now the big interesting thing I found about this one over this one over here is the handle, even though it's longer, did not feel as good as the regular 365. This one just feels very nice in my hands. This one did not. The macro did come with extra back straps, though. You can replace these. You just knock that little pin out and replace these. And I ended up putting the large back strap on, and the change in this, how this gun feels, is extraordinary. It feels much better now. Now, I did get these for a very specific reason. Like I said, I wanted the larger gun. This one's a little less concealable, but it shoots phenomenal. It's a very nice handling gun. I mean, just about any Sig Sauer is. You can't really go wrong with a Sig Sauer in any way, shape, or form. Except maybe the 320, that's a whole nother debate. This one was not a tac pack, even though it's an X. So it just came with the two 17-round magazines. Also a loader for your magazines. It's actually quite handy. Found that I had bought a 365 loader. I didn't realize a little simple thing just like that works quite well. So you get the straps. There's 3 of them, a small, medium, and large. 2 magazines and the reloader. This one gave a holster, 3 magazines. That was it on it, though, for the tac pack. Now, through the magic of YouTube, I'm going to show you what I actually got these for. And we're back. And here is what I actually got it for. Now, you notice it has the longer barrel on it. This actually turns this gun, the 365, into what's called the X or the XL version. There's actually 3 different sizes of guns. There's the P365, the 3P65X or XL, and then the P365 Macro. Now, they're fully interchangeable, and as you can tell, this one's got the standard P365 base. You know, this is the thing. The fire control unit, just like on all the new SIG series, is removable. There, you knock that pin out, and the fire control system pops right out. Of course, some of you may ask, why didn't I switch over the X's fire control unit? That's because I actually bought an XL frame, or grip module, as they call it, that I'm going to transfer these to eventually, that this slide is going to get transferred to. It'll basically look like this one, but instead of using the extended mag, the handle just goes down all the way, and it'll use a flush mount mag. That's being said, the 12-round flush mount mag is just a different base plate. You can take this extension off. You can buy the base plates from SIG for $10, and you turn it into a 12-round XL mag. Also, I would be remiss if I don't mention there's a company called Mad Guts, which can take your 365 12-rounder into a 14-round. And it just adds a little bump on the bottom. Just a wee one. And it's 2 more rounds, so your 12 becomes a 14. Eventually, I will be getting around to doing that. That's pretty cool. Now, as you can tell, still safe. This gives me the longer barrel, better sight radius, a little more velocity out of it. This feels very comfortable. And once I get the new grip module, I think I'll like it even more. But we're talking about the P365's modularity. Well, there's something else you can do. Any P365 mag work in it. So the 17-rounder still works. You know, you can still run it. I fired all 17 rounds through, no issue. So if you really wanted to, you keep a little 12 round on you, keep it concealed, and then you keep a 17 as a spare. And when you can fire, continue firing. You can get the little extensions, like once I get my XL grip, you can get the little extensions like this one has that will fill in the guts a little bit there. I don't know that I'll worry about that because I don't plan to actually carry these as a primary magazine. I'll always use the 12s. I got 3 of these 12s, so probably just carry those for the foreseeable future. Now, talking about the modularity though, and this is a bit strange. You can also put the smaller side on your macro. It still fully functions. Still works completely as it normally would. I don't know why you particularly would want to do this, other than technically it is still a functioning gun. If you want to, they do make a slide that has a compensator on the front. So, which actually does use the 3.1 barrels, so you could get a different slide with the compensator and still make it, make it your macro, if you wanted to do it that route. But that's up to you. It's not something that I really care about that much. Compensators are nice, but you put more practice in, you automatically compensate for lack of a compensator. The textures on these, by the way, is very nice. Very reminiscent of the Legion textures. And like I said, it just fits very well in your hand. It's a good feeling gun. Some people don't like the smaller ones thing. I find it very nice. And with the large strap, that one feels pretty good in my hands too. Eventually I may get a holster for this one and try to use it as well. Like I said, I'll be getting the XL grip, which will allow me to use this slide on the XL grip module. And then I haven't decided yet, I might end up selling the regular P365 once that's done, because I like this so much. This is what I will carry. I really enjoy this, how it carries, how it runs. It's a fantastic little gun. Now, one interesting thing about the 365s I have noticed is they seem to need a little break-in period. I was a little surprised by that. But, like this one, when it was the full macro with a fully loaded mag in it, when you yanked it back to put a slide around in, it was a little rough. It was not smooth. And you notice this one will not allow you to put the slide forward when this is empty. You have to take the mag out. I don't know why. This one will, this one won't. So when I get the XL grip module, this fire control system will come out and go into the XL. And then this one will go back to being just a regular P365. That's the 365s. I wanted to get these out and show you those, being as I talk about the SIG enough. That these are the interesting new kid on the block. Well, I guess they've been out for a few years now, but everybody talks about if you're going to buy a concealed carry gun, you can't go wrong with the 365, and I have to agree, it is a fantastic gun. But anyways, like and subscribe. Hope you have a good day. Talk to you later. All right, I just wanted to give you a quick update. This is a couple days later, and I had gotten my my XL in. This is the XL, my frame, and I put the macro slide on it. So makes for a nice little. If you found this one comfortable with the extended mag in it, you're gonna like the XL. Just it's the same length. If you look at it, put the mag back in it. They're exactly the same height. So, I mean, they're exactly the same height. Just this one's got a little more standard mag, doesn't have the little addition. I just like it a little better, and like I said, I wanted the longer sight radius on the slide. So this gets set off to the side. I may use the macro sometime in the future, but right now I'm not. I also want to say I had a promotion when I bought my SIG. I got 3 free mags, which were the 3 I bought. I bought a 12 rounder and 2 17s. It's basically those 3 mags. And when they comes with them, they come with all these little parts and bits. And what these do is they allow you to do adapters on your mags. So like this is a 17 rounder. Just gives you a little more foothold down there for the 17. And if you want to put a 17 in your old 365, you can. What that leaves you open for is doing a little more adjusting while you're carrying. You can start with, just carrying your standard, like for instance, 12 round mag in either one, and that's, you carry it that way, and then you can have a 17 as backup. Either use a mag pouch, mag carrier, or put it in your pocket, however you want, however you carry your extra mags. It's just a neat little thing. And considering what SIG charges for mags, which are $49 a mag, I'm just kind of glad they give you some options to mess with them. Now, the other thing I wanted to address is the fire control unit. It basically comes out with that little pin right there is missing. You just punch that out, and then you pull the fire control unit from the back and lift it forward and kind of just pull it out. And when you put it back in, you put it in the front first and then push it down in the back, and you want to make sure your release latch doesn't get stuck and still has its spring going. Now, when I did mine, for whatever reason, I don't know what happened, my gun got locked like this. The slide release would not work. No matter how hard I pressed it, I could not get it to work. I don't know how I put it in wrong. I finally ended up having to take it into the SIG store, our authorized dealer, and I think they just put a punch down on this and then used a hammer and got it to go down. And once it came off, they went through the fire control unit, figured out whatever I had messed up with the slide catch, and they fixed it, so it actually works again, which is a good thing. I was afraid I was going to send it off to SIG, which probably would have taken forever. But that's just a little update I had with the thing. I wanted to show you some of the new mags, the stuff that comes with the mags, and the new carry, which I am very much in love with. And that's it. I hope you have a good day.